Hi, I am Serena LoPiccolo-Smith with the Inspire team of Keller, Williams, Cape Cod, and the Islands. So something important just happened. The moratorium on foreclosures just ended at the end of July. So does that mean that now the market is going to be flooded with a ton of foreclosed properties and the price is going to go down, right? And the market is going to shift from the strong sellers market that we've had in this last year and a half to a buyer's market where everybody can just get a bunch of deals and be super happy? Well, probably not. Probably that's not what's going to happen. And there are some good reasons for that. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is made of people that literally spend their whole day trying to figure out ways to protect consumers, in this case borrowers, right? And what they've come up with is a series of rules to make sure that a lot of homeowners exiting their forbearance period do not go into foreclosure. Because let's face it, the reason why this CARE Act was put in place was to prevent foreclosures, right? So it wouldn't make sense. And then now all of a sudden, boom, it ended. Let's pull this rug from under people's feet and let them lose their houses. So that wouldn't make sense at all. And so what they're doing, they're making sure, first of all, that there's a lot of transparency. So they want the lenders to reach out proactively to their customers at least 30 days before the consumer's forbearance period ends, and let them know all the options that they have to start repaying their mortgage payments. This is extremely important. And of course, keep in mind, this is for those federally backed loans, which are about 75, maybe 80% of all loans. If your lender does not reach out to you, or bank does not reach out to you proactively, give them a call, because they must talk to you, they must help you and make sure you don't go into foreclosure. So, what are the options to repay or start repaying your mortgage payments? So there are three main scenarios here, right? The first one is those people who are very lucky and they figure out that thanks to the sheltering in place, the being home, they realize they didn't have to commute to their office and they could just leave their job and then maybe stay home and make even more money, right? Or those who got promoted, or people that now have more money than they had before, right? So these people have two options. So the first one is a lump sum reinstatement, which means, let's say they didn't pay $20,000 because they didn't pay for 10 months or something like that. Those $10,000 can be paid all at once. Not all lenders allow that, so keep that in mind. Always talk to your lenders. The second one is to work out a repayment plan where you pay a little bit more each month till the whole amount that it's overdue gets paid. Now, there are some people that now can afford the previous mortgage payments, but they cannot afford increasing the monthly payment. And so for those, there are two options. So the one that I believe most people will use is called deferral. So they will move the unpaid forbearance amount at the very end, and then they will repay it either when they refinance or when they sell they sell the house or the mortgage ends. Or they can do what's called a partial claim. This is my favorite one. They can move all these missed payments to the end of the loan, or they can put them in an interest-free second mortgage, which is called a COVID-19 standalone partial claim. And that too is repayable when you refinance, when you sell the house, which is always the best option, especially right now, or when the mortgage ends. And then, of course, there are those people who cannot afford to pay even the previous mortgage payments. So these people are probably the ones that would have gone into foreclosure anyway, and the forbearance just delay the inevitable. Although now, again, the government wants to help them keep their house, and so they're asking the lenders to work with them and just put the mortgage and the missed payment together, combine them, and reduce it to an affordable monthly amount. That means that more months will be added at the end of the loan, or more years even, but in that case, it's still an acceptable option that will help homeowners not lose their houses. So what should you do if your loan servicer is not helping you? Well, first of all, keep trying to reach out. Keep, asking for help. If they're not responsive or they're not helpful, then the HUD, the Housing and Urban Development Department, has housing counselors, and they are happy to discuss options with consumers. There's also a housing counseling agency. There's a link that I'm going to add at the end, at the bottom, and there's also a toll-free number that you can call. And again, ask for help. There's advocates. There's a ton of people ready to help or at least give you advice. Now, keep in mind, I'm a realtor, right? I'm not a lender. So the reason why I'm saying all this is just to bring up the subject and let you all know that there are options. Foreclosure is not inevitable. And there's something else that is extremely important. You know how much house prices and house values have appreciated over this last year, 40-45%. So right now, the equity that you have in your house is much higher than what you had when you got your mortgage. So that means that if you sell your house today, chances are that you can pay off your entire mortgage and maybe even be left with some money. So reach out to your realtor, or if you want to find a really good realtor, you can easily find one, and discuss your options and see what can be done to help you lose your house to foreclosure. So I'm Serena LoPiccolo-Smith with the Inspire team of Keller, Williams, Cape Cod, and the Islands. And leave me some comments. I want to know what you're thinking. And also share this with your friends. So I'll see you next time.